more cake. Yes, my badass edible art. I'm Jelena. This is Kalina, and we're going to show you how we made this badass sweater holiday cake. So let's get started. So I'm going to be doing a Christmas sweater kind of like sketch kind of look. I've never done this before. This will be the first time, so pray to the cake gods I don't screw this up like I do a lot of things. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually torte all of our cakes. After torting all your cakes, I want to go ahead and begin to frost each layer, but I'm going to be adding swirls. So a swirl of red, a swirl of white, and then so forth and so on. And then the next layer, I'll be doing the same thing, but changing up the order of the colors. After frosting each layer, I went ahead and did a nice crumb coat all around, and then after the crumb coat, I did a final coat, a much more thicker coat. I'm saying coat too many times. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab the cake out of the freezer, but before I do so, I wanted to grab all the things that I was gonna need to start the piping process. So I grabbed a piece of paper. It's just a blank piece of paper. I have a needle. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like a threading needle. I needed something sharp so that way I can make the necessary lines on the cake. So when I can pipe over them, you can use anything sharp. You don't necessarily have to use a needle. And then also I have some stencils here that I cut out myself with my silhouette machine. You can go purchase stencils if you want to. You can freehand it, but I wanted to kind of get a little more precise. So I have a Christmas tree. They're clear so you can't see them. Christmas tree, I have a snowflake, and I have a deer with some antlers. Yeah, so that's what that is. And then also I already like sketched up like the roughest, ugliest sketch I've ever done in my entire life on a piece of paper, just so I know exactly what I was going for, and it's that sketch right there. Yes, I know. Don't even understand what I'm talking about. I already have my white buttercream piped in a bag, and I have my tip that I'm going to put on it. Okay, so first thing I want to do is referencing my amazing sketch here. I want to make sure I separate each block. So border to separate each design for Christmas sweaters. So I'm going to use this piece of paper because I figured why not help out those who don't have the necessary tools at home and just use anything you have to kind of measure for height. Actually, we're going to get rid of the deer. We're not going to use the deer at all. And we'll do the snowflake, the Christmas tree, and then at the bottom we'll do like a chevron pattern. All right. So now we got reference guides. Let's go back to the front, and now let's start putting references for to space out the Christmas trees. I don't, or the snowflakes. I don't want them right next to each other. So we're gonna do. I mean, I don't want one dab in the middle, and I want to make sure I do every other one. So up here would be like a snowflake, and then to the right and left of it will be a tree, and then so forth and so on. also looked up some Christmas sweater ideas, some patterns, so you can look up some patterns too. After tracing out my Christmas tree and snowflake, I'm going to go around and pipe in all the white details to make it look stitched. Now that I'm done piping out my little cute little Christmas tree and pretty little snowflake, I'm going to go and add all the details throughout the entire cake now. All the borders, or all like the bunches of like little dots and things like that. This is a free for all. I really didn't have a full idea of what I was doing, and I just had a good time doing it. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, the next part is probably the most difficult part because it's just a constant, continuous filling in of all the red. And it's gonna take some time, so make sure you be patient, pace yourself, because you can hurt your arm with all the piping. So I just went ahead and put my same piping tip, number 18, on my red piping bag with buttercream, and I just piped in all the empty spaces. And once you start filling that in, that's when the excitement truly begins, because it all starts to show itself and the patterns look amazing and you're like, oh my god, this looks like a Christmas sweater. So just be prepared for that excitement that's going to come. Here is a quick little time lapse that I did of the top part of it, and I put it in like this because it looks so cool how it came out. I'm so proud of it. Check it out. Me and Kalina want to say thank you so much for joining us today on making this sweater Christmas cake. It's so cute and I love it. I've never made anything like this before, and I think I'm going to make them more often. Bye-bye. Are we saying bye-bye? Yes. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at yes_ma'am_sweets, and make sure that you have a happy, joyful Christmas. Right?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye. Bisous, Mama. Mama, right here. Hello, I'm right. Hey, welcome back to More Cake. Yes, ma'am. Badass Edible Art. I'm Jelena. This is Kalina. And we're going to show you how we made... She's so cute. Okay, you want to do another take? No?